3+ weeks, 3.5 weeks almost now, when Hurricane Beryl struck southern Manchester. Most of the constituency still has no GPS power. Most of the constituency. The entire Grovetown division has no electricity. Just perhaps 30% of Alligator Pond, Newport, and Porus have electricity. Porus might be 40%. Many other areas of rural Manchester, but I'm speaking specifically to the hardest hit constituency in Manchester, which was South Manchester. We have the 2 police stations that serve most of the constituency. I would say perhaps 80% of the constituency, or 60% of the constituency, let me be more accurate, are served by Cross Keys Police Station and the Asia Police Station. These have not had power, and therefore they have no radios, they have no communication at all for the last 3.5 weeks. The areas that these police stations serve are huge. Most of those people, certainly most of them don't have power, apart from a few who might have generators. But most of them can't even get a phone call out because the service from the cell phone providers are essentially very spotty, if existent at all. But if they are lucky enough to be able to get a call out, Mr. President, it's to Mandeville or Newport that they have to call. Now, these stations are overstretched because they're the ones having to field and service the calls from the entire parish instead of just the designated areas that they would usually serve. So what we're having and what we have actually seen in the last 3 weeks is an increase in crime in the parish. I think we have had something like 5 murders over the last few weeks. Robberies have increased. Break-ins have increased. Criminals are able to move now with relative abandon. So the implications are many. There's implications for security. There is implications for commerce. The police are asking the shopkeepers and business people to close early because they cannot guarantee them service after dark. When you drive down there, the people are miserable. They are miserable, and justifiably so. And justifiably so. But I'm making the link, Mr. President, connecting the dots between some of these policies that we put in and the consequent performance of GPS. There seemed to be a reluctance for them to spend. After 24 hours after I spent the day driving around, it was a bright sunny day, the ground wasn't over-soaked, there was not a lot of rain accompanying the breeze. When I'm coming back to Mandeville, I passed by the New Green office of the GPS. All the bucket trucks were parked, they hadn't been moved for the day. This is when poles are blocking the main road from Williamsfield to Pepper, the spur tree section in particular. Concrete poles are dropped across the road, stopping people from going about their business, even those who can. Stopping delivery trucks, etc. Stopping even relief supplies. And I said to an employee that I saw there, what happened? Because I thought first thing this morning, all these trucks, he says, we're doing an assessment. We're doing an assessment. Now, to me, you don't have to do an assessment just to remove the poles out of the road and stop blocking traffic. Right? That is evident as a first priority. You wasted a whole day there up front. And it set the pace for what has happened. No one has even seen a GPS truck in the Grovetown division since the hurricane. No one has even seen. I said, look out, tell me when you see a GPS truck. Nobody has seen a GPS truck up there. And what made matters worse, in Mandeville, we have one of the largest GPS contractors. I called them days after, and I said, I don't see you guys on the road helping They said they had up to that point not been contacted. I checked this morning again because I didn't want to misrepresent the truth. I said, have you been engaged now? They said yes, a week after they were engaged. And they said, to be honest with you, the rate at which they offered to engage us, it really makes no sense for us to do the work. But just as sort of their national patriotism, they actually eventually negotiated something to just break even and move forward on.